Hello, welcome back. James Marchington here with the latest news from TSC. Well, first of all, it's Christmas Eve, so happy Christmas to all our viewers. Even though it's Christmas, there's plenty going on in the world of shooting just now. The TSC winners Bethany and Ron collected their cars from Lodge Hill Garage on Friday. Scottish rural workers held a demonstration outside a talk by Chris Packham in Perth. Grouse shooting is under attack in Scotland. A new report's out, and shooting organisations are warning it could mean huge changes for the sport. And it's not just grouse shooting. DEFRA's consultation on trophy hunting is now open, and BASC is urging all shooters to respond to prevent a disastrous ban. Plus changes coming to this channel, so if you fancy the idea of getting involved in producing videos for TSC, keep watching to the end. All that, and my pick of YouTube, coming up after this. On Friday, the 2019 TSC winners Bethany and Ron collected their cars from Lodge Hill Garage. They signed all the paperwork, then there was a brief ceremony where they were handed the keys, and off they went. Both Bethany and Ron are going to be visiting shooting grounds around the country in the coming months, so keep an eye out for those cars in shoot car parks. More than 150 Scottish rural workers and their families staged a protest outside a hall in Perth, where BBC Springwatch presenter Chris Packham was giving a talk about wildlife photography. They were protesting about what they called Packham's relentless drive to wreck their livelihoods. They said he was waging war against rural workers and their families through misinformation and unsubstantiated allegations. Even the BBC reported the protest, saying they'd asked Packham for a comment, but presumably hadn't had a reply. The long-awaited Werity report is out, and shooting organisations are warning it could mean huge changes for grouse shooting in Scotland. The report was commissioned by the Scottish Government and has seen some pretty suspect campaigning by anti-shooting organisations. Now it's been released, and the organisations say it's recommending a barrage of measures that will leave the grouse shooting sector engulfed by legislation and red tape. They reckon it could put people out of business and put families' livelihoods at risk. The report acknowledges there's no case for banning driven grouse shooting, and it stops short of recommending licensing of grouse moors. But it does suggest that licensing could come in 5 years' time if there's no improvement in numbers of birds of prey on grouse moors. BASC have arranged a meeting with Scotland's Environment Minister to discuss the report. Meanwhile, DEFRA's promised consultation on trophy hunting is now open, and BASC is urging all shooters to respond to prevent a ban which could prove disastrous for conservation and species management. They want shooters to support option 4, which would mean keeping things as they are. Option 3 is the dangerous one. That's the one that the animal rights lobby are pushing on social media, whipping up their supporters to vote for it. It would mean a full ban on imports and exports of any sort of hunting trophy, which could even include antler buttons and walking stick handles. Check out the BASC website to see what the different options might mean, and then get over to the DEFRA website and make your views known. I'll put the links in the description below. Now for my pick of YouTube this week, and since we've been talking about driven grouse shooting, here's a compilation of clips from the 2019 season in North Yorkshire. There's no chat, just loads of action from several GoPro cameras mounted around the butt and on the shooter's head. It really gives a feel for the excitement and the sheer speed of the birds as they come through the line of guns. I'll put a link in the description below. Now, I mentioned at the beginning that there's changes coming to the TSC YouTube channel. I've been involved with producing this channel for a good few years now. I was filming right at the beginning when it was launched as Schools Challenge TV at the beginning of 2013. This was one of the first ones I filmed, with Will Ford going on his first CPSA registered shoot. Back then, Schools Challenge TV was produced by Field Sports Channel. Then in January 2016, we took the bold step of going it alone and launched TSC TV, with me doing all the filming and editing. Since then, it's gone better than we dared hope, gaining nearly 11,000 subscribers and more than 3 million views over those last 4 years. More importantly, over that time, we've inspired hundreds of people to take up shooting and encouraged and helped them along with advice on guns, cartridges, kit and techniques, and that's what I'm really proud of. Well, I'm sure that TSC TV will go on to even bigger and better things, but it's time for me to move on. I've got other things I need to concentrate on now, so from the new year, I'll be stepping back from TSC. David's got some exciting plans for the channel, which I'm not allowed to tell you about, but it does mean there'll be some opportunities for shooting enthusiasts who also make videos. So if that sounds interesting to you, don't hang about. Give David a call at the shop on 01844 238 308. Well, that's it for this week's news. Thanks for watching. We've got another video out on Boxing Day, so tune in again and watch that one. And I'll be back again with the news next Tuesday. That's New Year's Eve. Don't forget, the Oxford Gun Company shop is open again on Friday the 27th. That's the day after Boxing Day. And they'll be having their fabulous post-Christmas sale with massive savings on everything from boots to clothing and even guns. So pop along and see if you can grab yourself a bargain. They're also open to go and shoot a round of sporting or have a lesson or a have-a-go session if you book. Find out more on their Facebook page or call ahead on 01844 238 308. Meanwhile, do please support our sponsors. Have a great Christmas, and we'll see you again on Boxing Day.